Run!
Running like a Hellcat.
And we're going.
What up, guys? Coach Jimmy here. Today, we have a table full of guests. As usual, we got Trevor. We got Miss Taylor.
Or Chris.
We got Chris. And we got Bam. Bam. Guys, we're going to talk to Chris Libby about his bear hunt. He went on a bear hunt, and he come back with a bear. He killed a bear. I thought it was pretty cool. He sent me pictures of it. I've never done anything like that. The most I've ever done is a deer hunt.
Same.
And hog hunt. I've hog hunted. Killed a really nice hog my very first time ever going, and have never killed one again. I killed two the same day. I've been several times.
Hogs can get really big.
It was like the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. I'm not playing.
My bear.
You know what? I was about to say, let's get right into it, because I already told Chris I had a couple questions for him with this bear hunting.
Yeah?
So not to take away from deer hunting and hog hunting. Like, I've been deer hunting. Like a wild deer, a wild hog, they can fuck you up. But I was going to ask you, like, is it just a different feeling hunting another predator, knowing that it could kill you?
No, but maybe it's just because I thought that deep into it. So actually,
Like, oh shit.
on GON, they do an early rifle hunt. This is the one I went on. They do it on 2 WMAs up there that have historically had really high bear populations. They do it on Chastity WMA where I went, and Chattahoochee WMA, which is right next door to it. Right next to it's like, the property butts up, but it's, they're giant properties.
Right.
I was reading on GON, some dudes killed a 450-pound boar the same day that I shot my little sow, and they shot that bear like 3 times. I read the story. They posted the whole story up, and one dude, they shot it. One dude took off running after it because he didn't want it to get away. It wasn't a good hit. Caught back up to it, shot it again, and I can't remember. He may have shot it again after that, and then fell down. The bear heard him fall, turned around, and started charging him. And he threw up and shot it in the head. It skipped off its forehead, but it knocked it out. And he ran out of ammo. So he yelled out before the other guy that hadn't called up, and the other guy had to catch up to him and finish the bear off.
I got you. I heard a really interesting bear hunt story. It was on Joe Rogan podcast. He actually had 2 different guys on the same hunt on his cast too. So it was like a group of 6.
Oh, I know this one's the.
And the bear charged their camp, and they scattered, and one of them ended up riding the bear.
Yeah. I listened to that one.
That was a good one.
So that's a different bear. That's a grizzly. They
Right.
were brown bears, yeah.
It was a grizzly because there was an island where they're highly populated that they were.
Yeah, so those are brown bears. Brown bears fuck you up. Like, they're top of the food chain.
I thought brown bears were like the bear.
Yeah, the bear.
Yeah.
Like, so I was hunting
I
black
thought it was polar
bears.
bear. Like, polar bear is actually the biggest bear, ain't it?
It is the biggest, but it is the most aggressive bear is the brown bear. Like it's like the gangster of all bears, like from what I understand.
I think polar bears kill more people than brown bears.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But not on purpose.
Yeah.
They play with people because they're curious.
You're laughing, but actually, there's a story. I remember this. Me and Jimmy read this story about the bear, like kidnapping the 2 dudes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
raping them.
There's a story.
We
No.
thought it was like a spoof.
Could you imagine being a bear's play toy?
We thought it was a spoof.
So-
like they're gonna come to a punchline that's gonna be funny. No.
No, I looked it up to see I looked it up to see if there was actual police reports and stuff because I wanted to know. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's being trolled again.
Yeah, and well, apparently this bear had been, and it done it several times
Was
because
this a
that
brown
dude,
bear or a polar bear?
it was a brown bear.
Yeah, okay.
He kidnapped 2 people, and then drug them knocked them out, drug them to his cave, and left them in his cave, and he would just come in and rape them, and knock them back out after they raped them or whatever, beat them up and rape them, and left them in there, and there were bones of other people that the bear had done that to, and they didn't die because the bear was so rough with them. They died of starvation and needing water. So how long does it take before you die of starvation and water?
Of getting raped by a bear.
Yeah.
And getting raped
Or did
by
they
a
just
bear.
did they kill themselves in there? That's probably I'd be killing myself in there.
Dude, I have no idea, but I do know that the guy got away
Hmm.
and he ran, and I think it was like 2.5 days or some crap like that, and like got to a road and like told them what happened, and they went and hunted the bear down and like killed the bear and found the bones and was trying to identify the other people that was in there, and his buddy didn't make it.
Yeah, I don't
Dude.
know. We heard the story and we were thinking
Yeah.
like it was a spoof, but like
Yeah, his buddy the bear got both of them, and his buddy didn't make it.
Why is this not a Netflix documentary, dude?
I have
that-
no.
Yeah,
It's
it will
big
be
in
one day,
Tiger
didn't they?
King, man.
they're coming out with a season 2 of that. I heard.
Tiger King.
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
That was like 4 years ago.
It's last year.
No, I'm talking about the bear.
Oh, they'll make
The
a documentary out of it. They got documentaries on everything.
Alright. Well,
I ain't gonna lie, I'd watch it.
Close to my face.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean,
Lotion in hand.
so does this
That's good.
put it in a different perspective now? You bear hunting?
No, not really. I mean, I guess if I got up on a big enough bear, it may change my mind. I mean, the one I shot wasn't that big, so.
Got you.
So with bear hunting, like I don't know much about hunting at all, but I know with deer, you get in the deer stands and you're up off the ground. Are you?
Yeah, same principle. So it's
Okay, so
pretty
you're-
much, yeah, you're pretty much hunting them like deer. You're going out there, finding sign, climbing a tree. You don't have to. The real difference is your mountain hunt, which makes everything way harder. So I deer hunt in the mountains too. Bear hunting in the mountains is exactly like deer hunting, but it's way different than like, the flat woods or relatively flat woods down here.
Right.
Yeah, the only hunting I've ever done is like I've been deer hunting a few times. It's so easy for me to kill a deer. Like, not making this up, I've been one time and not killed a deer. I've killed a deer every time I've been. So it's like there's no fun in it, like the sport of it.
Yeah.
But I thought I was going to be the same way when I started hog hunting. My buddy goes to the river, and he invited me to, they go camping, and they stay out there for like 10 days. And like your phones don't work. You go so deep in the woods, like your phones don't work. Like you have to climb a tree to get service. And man, I was up there. I was in that tree. I'd climbed in a climber and went way up there. I was up there, and that thing was swinging back and forth. And I seen this, like, there's a bunch of little hogs come out, and I'm like, well, I'm hog hunting. I'm going to kill a hog. This is my first time. I'm going to kill this hog. So I just, like, looked through my scope and picked the biggest one and killed it. Boom. I shot it right in his back, down. So it went, wee, 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 and, like, kicked his feet. It couldn't run because I, like, shot it right down through his back.
That's fine.
Yeah. And it died. So I'm way up in a tree. So I messaged my buddy, and I was like, hey, just killed one. He's like, cool, we're coming to you. Don't get down. Other ones will come back to it, or other animals will come, because we're in the middle of nowhere, right? It's like, don't get down until you basically got backup or whatever. I was new to it, and they were treating me like I was an infant, pretty much, because they didn't know me. I didn't know all of them.
Well, a lot of times if you do sit, like I've shot deer before and just sat because I saw them fall and I was like, well, still got time. I've killed second deer just sitting waiting. So
Well, that's what happened. Another one come out farther away, and it was bigger than the first one that I killed. And I said, I'll take my shot at it. It was way up there. It was like 100 yards, maybe. It was at least 100. The other one was right under my stand. This one's like 100 yards. I hit it. It boom, it hit a roll, and it said, it was gone. This is how far away it was. I couldn't tell whether it rolled or not. I knew I hit it because it was like screaming. And I seen it move. I couldn't tell whether it rolled or not. But when they got there, we got down. The first one that I killed, they asked me how big he was. I was like, he's probably 100 pounds. The first one, it was 350 pounds. The other one was farther away and twice the size of that one. And we couldn't find it. Like, we looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, could not find it. We gutted the other one, threw it on the boat. That night, they these hunting camp, they run dogs. One of the dogs had jumped the river. Well, we had our boats because that's how we get down there to camp. And they said, "Can you take your boat and go down to such and such?" They know the river. They call it certain bends, certain names and stuff like that. And it was like, "Yeah, we'll go." So I went with Mr. Bobby down there to get the dog. We got the dog and was bringing him back. And he said, "Did one of y'all shoot a big-ass hog today?" And we was in a little John boat. And he was like, "Yeah, he did." He said, "Yeah, my such and such put him out of his misery. And we already cut him up and all that. But if y'all want him, you know." And I said, "Well, I don't want the whole thing or whatever. Just give me some of it." He said, "You won't put it in that boat, son." We're talking about dressed out, like 700-800 pounds of meat, dressed out. That was a big ass hog, man. But they were talking about how that was probably the biggest one that they had seen up there and stuff. So it was mind blowing to me. It's like my first time going. And when I was up there, they looked little. They look like little pigs like you have at your house or something.
Most of them are small.
I saw one mounted at a buddy's house, and it was huge. Like, just the head of it took up their whole wall. Like, it was ridiculous. They get way bigger than what people think they do.
Their skeletons a lot of people don't notice, but pigs, their skeletons continue to grow if they have enough
food.
Yeah, their skeletons will never stop growing. If they don't have enough food, it'll kind of stun them, you know. But as long as they have like surplus nutrients, they can continue to expand their skeleton.
Sharks are the same way. If you put a shark in a small water, it won't grow past a certain size. But if you put him in,
well, that's I think fish
water.
In general, isn't it? Like fish in your aquarium, if you put them in a bigger environment like goldfish, they can get big. But in an aquarium,
I was fixing to say we had a goldfish that I put into a koi fish pond
and
it got big. That was a big ass fish, man. It got really big.
So, was it this bear you killed? Was this your first bear hunt?
No, I went last year and I saw a bear about the same size just walking, and it saw me at the same time. Took off running. It took me a second to like figure out if it was big enough, legal to shoot. And by the time I realized like it's a legal bear, I threw up and shot at it, but it was running and it kind of started moving into some trees, and I just missed last year.
What'd you kill it with?
308.
Nice. But I didn't know if you killed him with your bow or not. That'd have been a gangster story.
Yeah. So the first 2 days we were up there, we bow hunted because the rifle hunt hadn't started yet, and then once the rifle hunt opened up, we shifted over to the rifles.
So what got you into hunting?
I don't know.
You just
Like meat.
You just was like, I'm gonna hunt one day, and you just
yeah. I mean, my dad hunted, so we grew up hunting. Like, I mean, we
So
ran
your
around.
dad?
Yeah.
So, do you clean the animals yourself, or take them to a processor?
Half and half, depends on how much time I have. Most processors don't take bears. They also don't take pigs. So I did the bear myself, and I'll do a few deer myself a year. But a lot of times, if I don't have time or if I want a certain kind of sausage that I process, like I've got a processor in Cochrane now. Shout out to Gum Swamp. They make really good sausage, so I'll take them a few deer a year and have them make a bunch of sausage for me.
That's awesome.
I've only seen 2 bear in the wild.
Yeah.
One was in Florida, believe it or not.
I've only seen a handful.
Yeah, saw one in Florida in my uncle's backyard. I was like 50 yards from it. Just walked across the backyard. He says that's its territory. It comes there every night.
I've never been in the woods and seen a bear or anything like that. I was driving down the road and seen one time.
That's the second time I almost hit a bear on dirt road. Like he ran
That
out
wasn't that long ago.
No, that was like a couple weeks ago. Like bear just ran out in front of me.
They're pretty elusive down here, but once you get up into the mountains where there's like a lot of them, like you'll start seeing them just on the roads a lot.
I know a couple of the fellows I work with that I kayak with sometimes, they were going down the don't know if it's the Oldmulgee or Oconee, one of those two rivers, and they came around a bend and saw a black bear on top of a tree, and the bear saw them, so they said that bear came out that tree so fast and got gone, like almost didn't even like touch a tree, just slid right down.
There's a bunch of them that live along the river corridors.
Yeah.
They just run up and down those river corridors around here, you know.
It's crazy to me, as much as I've been in the woods and stuff, that I've never like run across a bear.
I've never seen one in the woods down here. I've seen sign, you know, tracks and scat and stuff like that. And I've seen them around here. I saw one fishing after high school in my early 20s, and me and some dudes were fishing in a farm pond in Blackwood County and paddling around on that boat. Noticed something on one side of the pond, like it was a real shallow pond. There was a deep side, and then there was a shallow side that was like all mossed and lily padded out. There was something over there. There's a bear waded out in the middle of that pond. It looked up, saw us, turned around, just kind of moseyed back to the bank and walked off.
Bear was like, "Whoa, you're interrupting my shower, bitches." Could you imagine like rolling along, like just, and then like you're not really paying attention because you're in a boat, you're talking, and then you bump into a bear?
It'd be weird. The bear would be just as weirded out as you were.
Yeah.
Bro, that would be crazy. Like
Was
bear
that
just
video?
sitting there like,
Saw the video where like the guy was sitting on a creek or river, and the bear came up and sat beside him. Have you seen that video?
no.
Bear
Was it
came up.
grizzly bear? Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
it.
it
I've
just
seen
came up and sat beside him, and like they're just sitting beside each other.
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's salmon season, so them bears don't care about people. They're fat and they ain't hungry and they got full bellies and they'll just chill.
When all that stuff was going on with the bear that was raping people, I went down a whole bear rabbit hole trying to see how often stuff like that happens, and it's actually pretty rare. The polar bears, I don't remember, so you guys, y'all can fact check me on this. I'm not no damn bear expert, but I want to say polar bears are they're not as territorial as brown bears, but they're more curious. So they will hurt people.
Yeah.
I think that's what I read. I may be wrong.
Well, there
don't
ain't shit to eat up there.
I'm not trying to lie on
That's
purpose.
what I was about to say. They're probably more curious because I feel like where they're located at is more remote locations and probably not as many people.
Dude, we got internet
Yeah.
at our fingertips. We could just be like, Trevor,
Man, that ain't no fun. Let's speculate.
let's speculate.
Let's speculate.
Draw our
how
own conclusions.
investigate
We can
it.
speculate and see how fucking wrong we are.
We'll
While
get through this
Trevor,
conversation, and he'll be like, all right.
all right, here's how stupid you guys are.
All right,
fucking
so
idiots.
What are we looking up?
So, do polar bears like to eat human flesh?
I got
What?
one too. So, like we were talking about that story with that hunting crew with the bear that attacked them. Was that It just came to me. Was that Kodiak? Is Kodiak the type of bear? Because
Yeah,
this
well, that's the bear-
Kodiak Island or something.
No, I
right?
remember. Yeah, I remember that story. So Kodiak bears are big brown bears on Kodiak Island.
Right.
If I remember correctly, they were on a sister island to Kodiak called a Fognak, and that's where it was. So
See.
technically, it was in a Fognak bear, I
Gotcha.
guess. But it's
See.
the brown. It's the same thing. It's just
You
it's
be
the
laughing
island.
like I don't know what I'm talking about. See, Chris knows.
Yeah, it's just an island brown. So same thing.
Yeah.
Like exactly.
It's a
the same.
brown bear. It's just on Kodak Island.
Yeah. So take a
Yes.
Kodiak
It-
bear, pluck it off Kodiak Island, put it on a Fognak.
It's a
island.
brown bear.
Yeah, it's a brown.
That's
bear.
why I
Take
was
a brown
laughing,
bear,
is
put it on.
because
And I think there's
Well, I know
like
they called them Kodiak bears. I think because of the location where they're at.
I thought they called them Kodiak bears is because of the dip, and that's how they
Hey.
advertise.
See, that's what you're laughing at.
Yeah,
Well, I think they do, since they're isolated on the island. They've got like a distinctive kind of gene pool or whatever that kind of
Well, see,
whatever
when,
maybe
when
makes
they were
them
telling the
bigger. or
story, I thought they were like talking about more aggressive or something.
Well, same thing. I mean, they're on
Yeah.
the island. They were on the island too.
Yeah.
All right, I think Trevor's got it pulled up, and polar bears is the most dangerous.
Polar bears are very large size, covered with white fur, in some cases brown coloring, standing on all blah, blah,
Technically, they're not white fur. I heard it was clear fur.
Yeah, technically, yes, because their skin's actually black.
Yes.
Holy cow, they weigh 1,000 pounds.
That's nothing.
Many
Way too-
species of bears are afraid of humans, but polar bears are not one of them. They will hunt humans until they catch them and eat them.
They get hungry up there.
Yeah, they did say it's very rare for it to happen. It's just generally like when they run out of food or if they're diseased.
if they're hungry.
But under that is
They
grizzly
don't care
bear.
about you.
Yeah,
A grizzly bear is what we were referring to as a brown bear, right?
yeah. 6.5 feet on average. They weigh around 600 pounds. They are the most aggressive when they have to defend their territory and their young.
They're territorial. That's what I was confusing it. Is brown bears or grizzly bears are the most
Wait,
wait, Kamchatka?
how do you say that?
Brown?
Kamchatka?
Yeah, Kamchatka.
Yeah.
Kamchatka?
Eurasia.
They're brown bears.
They big brown bears. It's 8.7 feet and they weigh 1,400 pounds. The bigger the polar
Well, the
bears.
brown
Help
bear
them
was the
away.
biggest bear. I remember that because this was another bear trip for me. I went into this argument: if a gorilla and a bear fought,
Oh Jesus!
who would win? I wanna talk about that.
Wait, what was the question?
If a bear and a gorilla fought, who would win? And then it got down to, well, what kind of bear? A koala bear or a brown bear or and I was like
Koala bear getting fucked
the
up.
biggest. So the
I think it depends on
Himalayan
location,
brown
too,
bear
man.
and a Kodiak bear. A Kodak bear is big. It's 1,500 pounds, dude.
Didn't we talk about this on an earlier podcast?
What?
This exact thing about a gorilla and bear fighting.
I don't think so.
I thought we did. I thought
We-
I don't
we
remember
went
on
down
anyone
a-
that I've been on.
We've been down a rabbit hole about it in the gym because,
we started
I
talking
know
about
where I
location and
stand.
stuff, too.
well, yeah, I know where I stand on it. If you're a hunter, if you was in the woods and you seen a gorilla and a bear fixing to go after
it
it,
off.
square it off, who do you think
I'm
wins?
getting the hell out of there, but I'm putting money on Mr. Bear.
You think the bear
Oh,
wins?
yeah.
Why do you think the bear wins?
They just got more tools.
Do they have more tools?
They got claws. They got teeth.
Do they have more tools?
They got strength.
A gorilla is
yeah,
4
yeah,
times
no.
stronger than a bear. 4
yeah.
times. I looked it up. It's 4 times stronger. A
So
gorilla
maybe
can bench
yeah.
press
How about
3,500
that? A
pounds.
gorilla can physically rip a human in half
Yeah.
without trying.
Ooh, I
It'd
got
be
a
a good
story
fight.
related to
It'd
that.
be a good fight.
Related to gorillas fight.
That's
I say
it.
gorilla.
I say so. Here's the thing: where it does if it's in the middle of a field, man, that bear is a killer. A gorilla hunts off of. I mean, a gorilla like eats berries and
Right.
it don't. It's not.
They eat me too.
Yeah, they eat.
They do, but they're not
They
hunters.
cannibalize. They kill their own gorillas.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
you're
they're
thinking of
not
chimps.
hunting.
Now chimps,
Chimps
do
are
too.
fucking
Do
crazy.
gorillas?
Gorilla.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary I heard. Like it was gorillas, I believe. No,
Nah,
I think it was chimpanzees.
yeah, it was
but they had war. They
chimpanzees,
had a
yeah.
civil war
Oh,
with
yeah.
And then they went
chimpanzees.
in and like killed the other one's whole
Yes,
tribe.
that
Like
was
after
chimpanzees.
they were around each other for like 3 days, like eating each other's food, playing each other's hair, the one tribe just murdered
Right.
the whole other
Chimpanzees
tribe.
are, I think, more aggressive, but let's not get away from the fact. Like gorilla, well, like
Yeah,
if
I
they're
don't know.
cornered, a bear is attacking them. They're lethal too. Like they're
Yeah.
not.
Oh
they're
no,
not-
I think a gorilla is got the strength advantage, and they have thumbs. They can pick
And
up
they
a
got-
rock
they
and
got teeth,
bash a
too.
bear. But then you got to
they'll
think
do that,
about
though.
this though. How thick is a bear's skin? How big are their teeth and their claws? They have 9-inch nails on the ends of their hands. Like what? You know what a bear would do to you if it hit you with that? You would die immediately.
Not necessarily.
If a bear stuck 9 inches of nails in
It's
you
happened. There's
and
video.
swap,
Dude
Yeah,
didn't have a
Yeah,
face.
people survive bear attacks.
They had see. We'll
People,
go
a lot
back
of
to
people die. from bear attacks,
obviously
too.
they would. Some
Yeah.
people can survive one, but it would kill you. Like
It showed this one dude, no face. Like he's talking,
Ugh.
and you can see like his tongue moving.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's pretty effortless stuff. Like, think about, have you
Yeah.
ever seen like 2 male grizzlies like locking up, dude?
Man,
they wrestle.
Yeah.
They look like straight wrestlers. But have you ever seen 2 silverback gorillas
yeah,
boxing?
they beat the shit out of each other.
Bro, that shit is ruthless. I think if a gorilla would punch a human, they would explode.
Explode. Just
I
pink
do.
mist.
But
I showed you that one video. I keep going back to
Pink
picture
mist and
video.
skeleton.
It's funny. There was one I showed Jimmy. It was a gorilla. Like you knew the alpha. He was just chilling, and this other gorilla was like causing a scene, being a clown. and walked by the alpha. And alpha just reached out like a jab, just slapped him, and the other one just sat down like, "My bad." Like, walked off. It doesn't look like that strong, but if you think about like how much power is actually behind that, like how hard the other gorilla got hit.
Dude, I think a gorilla would punch a hole in your chest for real. Not, I know, I don't think you would explode, but I think if a gorilla was to hit a human being, it would just punch a hole in their chest.
Okay. So first off, looking up some stuff, most people seem to agree that just off of sheer size, height, and speed and strength combined, a gorilla would lose to a grizzly bear. That's a grizzly bear, which we said is the most dangerous of them and the biggest. So that was the general consensus: is a grizzly bear wins 10 out of 10 times. It's not like a one-hit fight, but it's not looking good for a gorilla.
But that's opinions, right?
Yeah, but
There's
that's
got to
also
be some motherfucker, some cocaine kingpin has.
But,
Oh, did you hear that story?
bro,
I got stories for y'all. We'll continue this. Though. We'll go back to the cocaine king.
Yeah,
with the
there's
bear.
got to be some
But I
drug
just-
lord that's bought a bear and bought a gorilla,
and it's like, fight to the death.
and yeah, and then they fought.
I tell you what. To date, I will put money on it. I agree with it because it was like a meme, but I 100% agree with it. There was like a cocaine shipment that went plane crashed. A bear found it and ate some of the cocaine. Before that bear had that heart attack, because the bear died, like they did an autopsy and everything.
I remember this
hearing
too.
about
Yeah,
this.
so before that bear died, for those 15 minutes, that was the most apex predator on the planet. I will put that bear against anything.
Coked out
What'd he
bear.
do?
Coked out bear.
What'd he do?
Just think about it. A coked out bear.
Man, he probably just rolled over and wallowed on the grass like, and
Man,
died.
that's mushrooms. This is cocaine. Like it ups you.
Yeah?
That was a coked out
I
bear.
bet he felt sick.
No, I don't
This shit is weird, bro.
Yeah.
And
know.
like,
Trev, I'm trying to look it up too. Remember the TV show?
could you imagine a
Animal
bear
Face
getting
Off?
in meth?
I guarantee you they've
Be
done
methed
like
up.
bear or something.
Be messed up.
What I was gonna say though is I heard this story from a guy who sold somebody in my family a backhoe. It was like my great uncle.
I thought you were about to say some cocaine.
No, he might have also sold cocaine because this my great uncle used to be in some stuff. But Ryan people, you know.
Well, there used to be that Dodge County Mafia too.
Yeah, totally non-existent still. Totally not
Black
allowed to
Bottom
mention
Mafia.
that. But this guy said that when he was young, he used to be in like the army. It was like the 50s, like during Vietnam or Korea. And he was like, "Yeah, I went to this carnival / fair at one place one time, and this dude had a gorilla in a cage." And he was getting all these guys to place money, and then he closed the curtain, and they'd fight the gorilla behind the curtain, and then they'd come out and they'd send somebody else in to fight the gorilla. Well, he said he let multiple people in at once, and these guys thinking that they're in the army, you know, they're big and bad, they're all jacked up on muscles, and he goes, "Yeah, let both of us in, $10 a ticket to fight the gorilla." And they walk in, the gorilla's just on this little tire swing in his corner over there. And they ring the bell for this fight to start. And the gorilla just takes his arm and stretches the tire out wider than him, hops out of it, and they got like one hit on the gorilla before the gorilla just body slammed both of them.
At the same time.
Who in their right mind wants to fight a gorilla?
Is the gorilla like trained not to murder you?
He's trained in jujitsu.
This was another story. So,
This is a story, a podcast.
yeah, but I have a lot. I
Me
have
too.
just random knowledge. This was actually off that Breadstick Ricky. They had an auto dealership. They had like a chimpanzee or something where they would repair whatever vehicle for free if you won a fight against a chimpanzee. And the champ was like 100-0. No one had beat it. But the owner would ask you, "You want to pay? This is how much it costs, or you want to try a chance to fight the champ?"
I'd fight a champ.
I think they like this. The story when he was telling it, there was one person to beat it, just the one.
That's pretty cool. I would rear naked choke a chimpanzee.
Rear naked choke.
I would. My first question is it male or female? All animals got balls. I'm kicking the balls.
That's pretty funny. No, I don't know. I think that people underestimate how strong you have to be to lift up 3,500 pounds. Like, I could just see the gorilla grabbing a bear and like throwing him away,
Maybe.
or like grabbing a rock and just mushing him.
I don't know if gorillas really like use tools like that.
Bro,
you
they
know?
use tools.
Yeah,
They
I
got
think he
something.
just try to bash him. He just hammer fist.
They hit other things with rocks to kill them so they can
Mhm.
eat them.
Gorillas, I think they
Yeah.
just eat plants. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure they kill other tribes and stuff.
No, that's the chimps.
Forever. Gorillas eat meat.
I feel like this is like a conversation, like a striker versus a wrestler in an MMA fight. Like if the bear gets to the hips,
I think this
it's
is way
over
better
with.
than striker versus.
I know,
wrestler.
but
I
if the
think the
bear,
bear-
gets in,
I
but if
was
the gorilla hits the
very
bear,
clear
the bear's
that
probably gonna be rattled. Like, "Brr."
I was team bear because of the claws.
Mm.
That's why I was team bear.
Technically, gorillas eat mainly a vegetarian diet, even though they are omnivores. But the meat they generally eat
Is worms and snakes and
no snails, not even snakes.
they don't eat snakes.
No, snails.
I'm pretty sure I've
insects,
seen a
and-
video of a
Ain't
gorilla.
no vegan beat no
Bro,
meat eating.
bro, I'm pretty
meat
sure
Bears
I've,
eat berries.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a video of a gorilla like snapping a snake to kill it.
Dope.
Yeah.
My dad
Bears
does that
eat
too.
berries.
Huh?
They're
My dad
omnivores
does
too.
that
Oh, yeah.
with snakes.
They're omnivores
With-
too.
Yeah, but you know they go kill shit. Them gorillas don't.
They
No.
also eat pine cones and shit to make a butt plug when they hibernate.
Yeah, bears are gangster. Dude, I just think the 9-inch nails like tilts the
You like that,
scale.
man?
Yeah. I think it tilts the scale. Could you
That, them teeth. I don't know how. I wonder how much jaw strength.
Oh, I think the bear has more PSI, pounds per square inch, on the bite,
Yeah.
but the gorilla has
Some nasty-
fangs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
got
have
some nasty
fangs.
biters too.
Like they have like the way their teeth are.
Mhm.
I looked into this. This is some shit I looked into. There's videos like people did on YouTube, like fake scenes, and they just choose whoever they
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
So if I was to do a video, I would have like a gorilla pick up the biggest rock ever and like run up over the bear and just drop it. Not even bash it, just drop it on the bear.
See, this is what they said though. They said that grizzly bears are able to outrun gorillas, which is impressive.
Yeah, they
Gorillas
are. They're like 30 miles an hour faster than a gorilla.
because gorillas are already pretty fast. So the grizzly would be able to outrun it and then like attack it. They did say though that even though the grizzly has a stronger jaw on like the PSI thing, it doesn't have enough to crush a gorilla's skull because gorilla's bones or skeletons way stronger than a human. Grizzlies can, however, squish your head in between their jaws. So. Humans, no problem. Gorillas, yeah.
A gorilla could just, did y'all watch the Twilight series when the wolves got caught by the newborns
Yeah.
and they were
Crushed
crushing them? That's what that gorilla would do to that bear. He'd just catch him like that dog and just, I think that we've already seen it. Twilight did it.
Yeah.
The
Twilight
gorilla,
proved
Twilight proved it. The newborns are the gorillas. They're stupid just like the gorillas.
So, what I need you to do is train a gorilla and train a bear, both to fight, and then see which one pulls
If
off.
I'm
the
if
lead.
I'm
cage,
training them, dude, if I'm training them, the gorilla's definitely gonna win.
Well,
He's got thumbs.
If you're able
Yeah.
to train it, I'd give it to the gorilla because gorillas have the closer to human intelligence and can learn
Teach them
stuff.
how to use a spear.
Yeah, if I'm training them, I'm gonna be like, here's the sword.
Here's a gun.
So
Here's
no,
a
I'm not
gun.
handing a gorilla a gun. He'd just be like,
But
oh,
you'd handed a gorilla a sword.
I can outmaneuver that. I can't outrun a damn gorilla just like shooting shit in the air and shooting.
Hey,
it.
Dude,
That's
have y'all
words.
ever seen that
That's
video?
right.
So there's like some kind of African like warlords, and they've got a chimp,
It's
and they
from
give it
the-
an AK.
It's from Rise of the Planet of the Apes or something.
Oh, is that fake?
It's fake, but it was used
Oh,
as
got
advertising
me.
material.
It
But
got
it
me.
looks so real.
Yeah, I
It's
thought it was real.
hilarious.
God, it got me.
Dude, we was looking at something. about monkeys, but wild monkeys have learned. Oh, the DNA of humans. So we was looking up like what's the closest relative to human or whatever, and it's a chimpanzee. The chimps had figured out how to pickpocket people and use the change to get drinks out of the machines.
They were stealing people's money.
We were. What was it? It was weird facts you didn't
Weird
know
facts.
about
Like,
animals.
Chimpanzees have the closest in DNA to us, but dolphins are the smartest.
Yep.
So,
And then like a baby elephant comes out and it weighs 900 pounds.
yeah, something crazy.
Yeah,
like
it's just
that.
crazy.
It was crazy
Something.
facts.
I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Pretty sure baby elephants eat shit. They eat their mama's shit. Like they do
Yeah.
milk and then they start eating shit.
Didn't know that.
Look it up, Trevor.
I do know
Your
that,
internet history is gonna be weird.
dude.
Who
The
are
the whale, a whale.
The FBI
Yeah.
agent monitoring
Oh,
right now.
God, we gotta
What
go
the
through
fuck is
TSA.
going on?
Yeah, so how much was a baby whale though?
Oh gosh, I don't.
It was
remember.
like-
It was like twice or
It
three
was like
times the
3
size of
times
an
bigger than an elephant. Just a baby.
Mm-hmm. There were some weird
Golly.
facts, like elephants can't jump.
Many baby animals apparently do that, but elephants and hippo calves are in that.
I was about to say
Oh,
hippopotamuses are.
That's the most dangerous animal on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They kill more humans.
A hippopotamus is the
They
most
play
dangerous.
with crocodiles for fun.
Mhm.
Like, they do.
I didn't
Yes.
know that.
I've
See-
seen videos of them just fucking up crocodiles.
I'm
It's
really
crazy.
showing my ignorance here because like I'm saying all this stuff and then like he's googling it and it makes me look really smart.
Nah, you've been pretty spot on.
I just
Except
wanna-
for,
Well, I thought the brown bear was the most dangerous, but we was talking about territorial or something. But then
Yeah.
it turned out it really is the polar bear.
Yeah.
Which I said.
Yeah. Well, we thought it was a polar bear, but we thought polar bears played with people because out of curiosity, and the brown bears were just territorial, but they're both just.
I think polar bears it adds in because remote location they don't have as much interaction with humans, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Like
they just see and smell meat.
Exactly.
They want to eat you.
Yeah, and it said if they was hungry, they'll hunt
Yeah.
you, but it's rare.
Right. So also just throw this out there. Y'all talking about baby animals and stuff. Giraffe has a near-death experience the moment they're born.
They fall.
They fall. Like how far is that? What, 6 feet, 8 feet?
Yeah.
They're born. Boom, near-death experience. They just fail.
They have like
That's why they
a
got weird
30-inch
head shapes.
tongue. Giraffes have like
Wow.
a 30-inch tongue. We
I
looked
think
up
they
some
said,
weird facts.
And lizards or geckos, their tongue is as long as their body.
Wow.
An octopus has 8 brains.
And 3 hearts.
We're doing animal facts. I'll tell you my favorite animal because I told all y'all about this in class.
Mine's
it
a
the
honey
bird?
badger.
Is it the bird?
So I have 3 favorite animals. Honey badger's one just because they don't give a shit. But secretary bird. You ever heard of a secretary bird?
I've heard of them, but I can't.
You know what they do? Like for food, they tap dance on snakes and then eat them. Legitimately, you look this up. They just sit there and tap their feet on top of the snake until the snake's dead. They tap dance on snakes.
I like honey badgers because they'll get bit by snakes on purpose while they're killing them.
Fall asleep,
Pass out, fall asleep,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you just get up, shake it off, and then eat the snake.
finish
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
the snake. The
Pick
third
gangster.
animal I like is mantis shrimp.
Oh yeah,
Them things.
yeah. That's crazy. All right, so back to hunting.
Off topic.
Is a 308 your favorite weapon to hunt with, or is that just what you was using to hunt bear?
That's just my go-to hunting rifle.
Okay.
Or hunting cartridge, I guess. That's just. I guess it's my favorite, but I didn't put that much thought into it. Like many years ago, I got a 308 AR-10 and I got some ammo for it, and I hunted with it. And then I traded that for a 308 bolt-action rifle because I already had 308 ammo. So I was like, cool, I'll just get this other gun to hunt with. So I've just stuck with 308. I do have different guns that I hunt with, like different calibers, but I got a 6.8 AR, but I
that's cool.
hadn't shot anything with it yet.
So I have had with a D, a 7.7 Jap. You ever heard of that?
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah. The bullets for that thing were like $9 a bullet.
Yeah, probably hard to find.
They were. You had to have like, if you got shells for it, you had to have them reloaded.
Yeah.
And like this one place would do it, and it was $9 a shell. But it was my granddaddy's weapon or whatever, and then my uncle stole it and pawned it off. I had a 32 saddle rifle. You ever seen one of those? So it looks just like a 30-30, but it has a like a lever action, but it has a big loop for the lever, whatever, and it's so like you could just pull it up while I was on a saddle, and they're really short.
Yeah.
And I had one of those, and then my dad sold it because he needed money to bootlegger. One of
And
our
keep your
friends.
family out of your gun safe.
Yeah, I was little, I was young,
yeah.
so I got all that stuff when I was young, and then it disappeared.
Uh-huh.
But I've always hunted with a 270. I hunted with a 30-30 one time, and it was my friend's, and I ended up shooting a deer twice and did not think I hit him. Like he just like wiggled, and I was like looking at the rifle like I could have jumped out of the stand with a rock and killed the deer. Like I knew I didn't miss it. I could have just like looked and shot in its direction and not missed. And like, you know what I'm saying? I could have threw the rounds at it or something. But I was looking at the rifle like, did he give me blanks? Did he like play a trick on me? Because I only had 2 rounds in it. I shot him, and he just flinched. I racked another one, shot him again. He ran 8 steps and sat there. I racked it again, and he started running. I went to shoot, and it clicked, and he made it about 100 yards or so and fell. But I was texting him. I'm like, I missed him twice. He's huge, and he's headed straight to you because he was hunting on the bend around, and I was like, he's coming straight to you. I missed him twice, like a dumbass, and but I didn't. I put 2 holes back shoulder, right behind the shoulder, out of his neck that like was like that close together, and then I had to drag that bastard out of the woods. I wish I hadn't have shot him. It was already like right at dark, and we didn't have a cart, and didn't have anything. I had to drag him. So that deer about killed me, dude. It was big.
Yeah.
It was just like a old, like thick,
just thick,
rough ass deer. It was an 8-point,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like dying. I gave up toting him about halfway and just started grabbing him I had him by his antlers and was just like dragging him backwards when I finally got to the truck where it was in a Tahoe. I just threw it on the back where they had like this little cage thing on the back.
Right, yeah.
I just threw it on the back. I didn't do nothing else. So I ended up giving the deer to my neighbor because he said he would clean it. I was exhausted. I'm talking about tired from dragging it. And I'm not out of shape. Like I'm in shape. I'm an in shape person. That deer, you drag 180 pounds, 700-800 yards through brush and
it's rough.
like it was rough, dude.
The first deer I killed up in the mountains, had to pull him a mile up a closed road, all uphill. Not by myself. I started to pull him up. I was sitting on a food plot. It was a mile down this road. It was closed road traffic, so you had to walk all the way down. It was all downhill on the way down, and it was all uphill on the way up. So I was down on that food plot, and he came out right at first light. Shot him. He died right there in that food plot. Cool. Got down. I was going to drag him up to the edge of the food plot's on a bank, like a, 20 to 30 degree incline. It kind of rolled over like a little knob. So I was like, cool, I'm going to pull him up to the top of this thing where it's flat, and I'll gut him and then start dragging. I didn't make it, 20 yards uphill in that food plot. So I was like, God dang, this thing's heavy. This hill's steep. So I knocked the guts out of him there, drug him up to the edge of the food plot where I was originally going to gut him, and I was like, man, to hell with this. So I walked all the way back up the closed road to find one of the other guys that we were hunting with. Got one of them, walked back down, and dude, it took us forever to drag that deer all the way up.
Dude, it's a job. You don't think about it, but like you don't think about like how hard it is like to to get your food or the deer or the whatever after you kill it. Now I think that's why everybody has all them hunting carts and those damn
Yeah. Oh yeah.
gators and rangers and all that other kind
Yeah,
of crap.
I've got a deer cart that man, they don't work that great in the damn woods. You know, like you go in, they get hung on saplings, they fall in holes. If you're going on a hill, they want to slide down the hill. You know, if you're side hilling. So, I mean, they're good for like, you know, if you shoot one in a field, you go pull your deer cart up to it, throw it on the cart, drag it back through the field. But
Oh, Mr. Bobby, he passed away a few years ago, but Mr. Bobby had one that he built, and he built it with like a 10-speed bicycle tire,
hell yeah.
like a big, tall bicycle tire, and that thing was dope. Like it was so cool. The
Run
way
over stuff, didn't get hung up as bad. as
no,
two
it
tires,
like
yeah.
and it has like 2 rods on it, so like you can control like the
Yeah.
narrowness or the. It was cool, dude.
Yeah, like a flexible wheelbarrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be perfect. That'd be genius.
Dude, that's what
he
he-
patented that crap.
Dude, he built it. He passed away a couple years ago. He built that thing, and we would carry hogs. He only has one leg. He's a diabetic, and or was. He was diabetic and lost his leg, and he had that cart with a 10-speed bicycle tire on it, and he would take his crutches and just move that thing all over and just. And I'm like, well, if he can do it with that thing, I can. But I would go help him if he killed anything. And we do flushes. Do you know what a flush is?
Yeah, drive.
Yeah, on the river, the bend's a bend, like around like that. So we would drop off like 3 people at one side, and then we would drive the boat to the other, and then we'd take and just clack sticks together and walk everything to the edge of the river on that side. And we do it if anyone that hadn't killed anything that wanted to kill something at the end of the trip, we'll flush and let the people get them some meat to take home at the end of the trip. And what is it?
Just the way you said it. You ain't killed none? We'll get you to kill something.
Yeah,
You want to kill something? We got you.
yeah, we got you.
So to avoid the whole dragon thing, what I've got now, I've got a real nice, expensive frame backpack where you can separate the bag off the frame, and it's got a little, call it a meat shelf. It's a piece of fabric that connects the bag to the bottom of the frame. So if you imagine like my hand here is the frame and this is the bag, it's got like a little band, little fabric band that goes down there. So you can pull that bag off. You can basically just debone or quarter your deer in the woods wherever it falls, or bear. That's what I did with this bear. Put it in game bags, lay it on the frame, put your bag back over it, cinch it down. That the bag cinches down and holds everything against the
place.
frame, and then you just throw it on your back and carry it out. That's actually how I carry my climber into the woods too. I put it on that frame. So
That's pretty neat.
instead of dragging a 180-pound deer out of the woods, you wind up carrying 80 pounds of meat, and you leave the rest, the carcass.
And it's on your back, nice and centered. So
right. You're not pulling it, dragging it, and getting hung up on everything. Yeah, so it's nice.
I bet. And now you just got a ruck with an 80-pound ruck on.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's way easier than
Oh, yeah.
dragging
Oh, yeah.
dragging something. That's pretty cool. You ever hunted?
Yeah, deer.
Yeah.
I'm a fisherman. I like to fish. Only thing I've ever hunted is deer. Not opposed to it. I just opportunity, land to hunt on. Just
Taylor's got her first deer story. I heard it the other day.
We have the pictures.
Yeah. She got blooded and everything.
I did. I was 3rd grade though. I've only killed 1 deer in my whole life.
And she shot it.
How you gonna tell my story?
I didn't
for
say
me?
it. I didn't say
Go
it.
ahead and tell the story.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
So, my grandparents had a garden behind their house, and they were babysitting me and my brother, and there was a deer in the garden, and so my papa was like, "Here, you can just shoot this deer out the window." So we went to the back of the house, and it was a 270, and he propped it up for me, and I had my little earplugs in, and I just shot it out the window. But I thought that I had done the coolest thing in the world. It was a little spike, so I killed a buck and everything.
Alabama 11-pointer.
Yeah, it was in Alabama too. It was in Alabama, and
That's 11 points.
Yeah.
yeah, we cleaned it that night. I have pictures with blood all over my face and everything.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's awesome. She shot him through the window.
Hey, I dropped that deer though. It was a good shot.
Heck yeah.
Mm.
I know. My dad was a truck driver, and he said there was some. It's the oddest thing. Like, the bullets were made. It was for 22, but they're silent. Like you
They're
hear.
subsonic.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
called subsonic shells.
Well, like I shot one. Like he gave me one to shoot when I was in middle school, and like you hear the click of the gun, then you hear the thud. Like
Yeah.
there's no bang, nothing. Well, he said he got them from another truck driver who would like shoot squirrels and raccoons in cities,
Yeah.
like from his
I
truck.
know what you're talking about because we had I remember my dad had some. I can't remember something. I can't remember what they're called. Something little caps, but it's just the primer and the bullet. There's no powder in there. Just the primer going off is enough to get that 22 bullet down. They don't have a whole lot of you know. It's about
They're-
like a
It
they're
shot
called-
a raccoon and a squirrel.
They're
'cause-
called subsonic, and her dad.
The subs are. I think the subs are different. They've got just enough powder to get them down, but they make some with nothing but a primer. It's just a primer in an empty case and the bullet in the end, and it's just.
I've never seen those, but I built.
Look it
Probably,
up, Trevor. Let's see if-
probably should not be saying this. I no longer have it because I
it's out.
found out that it was illegal.
Mhm.
But I built a homemade suppressor.
That's 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I built one for a 22 and bought the subsonic shells.
Mhm.
You couldn't hear shit
Why didn't you just do the plastic bottle into the 22?
because I wanted to reuse it, and you just dip it in Cerakote and reuse
Pretty
it.
sure you'll get 10 years for sticking a plastic bottle on the end of one.
Really?
If the ATF catches you and wants to be mean.
Really?
Any type
If
of
you ain't got
suppressor.
no tax
Right.
stamp, you're gonna get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I built it. I literally built this out of freeze plugs, mesh, wire, metal mesh
Mhm.
for like chicken pens and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and a drill bit with a drill press, and I threaded it and everything, and
Dope.
that thing was nice.
Yeah.
But this is why I built it. I lived in a trailer park, and
Shoot your neighbors.
got rid of them. Got rid
Your
of them.
neighbors' kids just kept.
Nah.
putting
I
in the
told
yard.
them to turn that music
I
down.
told them with that damn. I'm just kidding. No, but there was a pond in the back, and there was so many turtles in there. Like I stocked this pond a few times trying to get fish to get
Turtles
big,
eat
and
it
and the turtles was eating off, like killing it,
Mm.
and it was getting green the whole pond all the way across the
That
top.
was ooze. They were turning into
They're
Ninja
turning
Turtles.
into Ninja Turtles.
Damn, you
killed
killed
Ninja
them all.
Turtles.
I had to. I had to. I'm the only ninja around this bitch. I'm just kidding. No, but I'm Shredder. I just
Trevor.
we could have been friends. No, but I was out there with my 22, and the neighbor started complaining about me sitting out there shooting the turtles because they bang, bang, bang.
Mhm.
So I bought subsonic shells, and they still complained. So then I built a homemade suppressor, and then one of my friends is a cop. I was telling him about it, and he was like, you could go to prison forever for having that. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, like 10 years. 7 to 10 years is what he said. And
Yeah.
I was like, I no longer have that.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I just threw it away.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It's in my burn barrel
Yeah.
right now. But anyway, I built one and it worked.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
cool
was
shit.
beautiful. You could dip it in Cerakote and
Mhm.
like just, and then you're good for another 1,000 rounds. It was really cool. You had to build like you had to drill a small hole on the left side of the first freeze plug, and drill a hole for the bullet in the center. And it's easier to get the subsonic shells and just shoot through them, each one. Each plug you want to shoot through it because it would dent it
Yeah.
and knock the hole exactly where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
needed it.
yeah.
But you had to drill the holes staggered on the
Yeah,
edges
capture
of the
that gas. Yeah.
so it capture the gas. So it would chamber it all the way to the very end. And the metal fence or whatever would catch all the like the blast or whatever it was cool the way I built it, and it was tight.
Yeah.
Like it worked too, and when you would start hearing it get a little louder, you just dip it in that.
Clean it out.
Yeah, you just dip it in Cerakote, and just it's black again, and that Cerakote just coats the inside, and then it'll smell first couple of rounds, and then you're good to go.
So there's a trick you can do to quieten the can up. You can dip it in water, and that water will make them quieter. If it's got water inside the baffles, I ain't sure of the mechanics, but
Yeah. Well, I actually bought a book from Amazon and learned how to build suppressors for.
this is why he gets searched. I'm telling you, he's in a database. Like,
We
search
go-
this dude.
We go
This
through
is why
TSA.
TSA. Yeah, you got a little.
Sunday.
When they type your name in there, when that dude at TSA checks your ID and puts your stuff in there, a little red flag pops up.
Yeah, we leave
This
on
dude
Sunday.
bought a suppressor book.
They're gonna hear
Search
this
it.
podcast.
Well,
Dude.
it's legal. I looked it up.
What is?
It's-
Silencers.
They're
Or
legal.
suppressors?
It's legal to build yourself, but you do have to.
You have to
serial-
buy a
Register
tax
it.
stamp.
Yeah.
Well, it's legally purchased and possessed in 42 states without a permit.
No, but you still have to pay the tax stamp to the
You
ATF.
have to have a
Yeah.
tax stamp.
You don't have to have a state permit, but you have to pay $200 to the ATF and get your little tax stamp
Gotcha.
approved. You can manufacture your own. There's another process you can go through to do that. It's similar, but you have to like serialize it and do all this nonsense.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
told me I had to get a tax stamp, put a serial number on
Yeah.
it for it to be legal. I just threw it away. And it took me like 3 weeks to
Yeah.
build too.
Probably dream crusher,
Trying to
dude.
play- it
You're so
did.
proud of that thing.
I
I'm proud
was.
as shit, dude.
Oh, I was
That's
so
awesome.
proud. I was like, listen at this. Ding!
Mhm.
That's all you hear. You would hear the bolt.
Yep.
You would hear cause I had it on a Ruger 1022,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you would hear
Mm-hmm.
you would hear it chamber, and then you would hear it hit the target.
Yep.
That's it. It was fun. And if it hit the water, you could hear it. Sometimes it would hit the water, and it would skip, and
Mhm.
you could hear it skip. It was so cool. But
I've got a 30 cal can, one that I bought, paid the tax stamp for. And I've shot I had some subsonic 308 rounds, and I was shooting them a bolt gun. Bolt guns are super quiet
because you don't hear.
yeah, with subsonics because there's no action. Which I mean, it's still shooting that bigger bullet out, so it makes more noise than a 22. Like a bolt 22 is like stupid quiet, But you could shoot them subsonics through the woods. You can hear them hitting trees, wop, 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 wop. Hear them skipping through the trees,
so
and they
cool.
bounce. You can hear them sound like a cowboy movie.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Have you seen those shotgun shells? They're called Dragon.
Oh yeah, dragon's breath. Yeah,
Dragon's
Yeah,
breath.
a little phosphorus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, them things are badass, dude.
Dude, you get out in the field. We had tracers for the 223.
Dope.
Have you ever seen anybody shoot those?
I've seen it. I've never.
I
never
caught a
shot
field
it.
on fire with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to chase fire. I was black as smut with a blanket, putting the field out
Yeah.
because of tracers.
Did it like make a line?
Yeah, a tracer, you can see the path that your
I've
bullet.
seen tracer. Like, did you shoot right through the field so that you had a line of fire?
Oh no! I shot, and then I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And like we got over there to where we were shooting at, and the field was on fire, and because it was that hay grass, and it was like, whoop. And then the wind hit, and it was like, woo. Me and my buddy was out there. We was like, he had a hoodie, and I had
Good hoodie up.
dude, I had like a half blanket, like one of those leg blankets, like your kids wrap up in, and I was like, poof, poof. I was black because I didn't want those people like the houses and shit out there to burn. We run in a circle putting fire out in a hayfield, like that hay grass field.
You can't be left unsupervised.
I was just going to suggest we do a range day, but I don't know if I want to invite you or not.
No.
I'll come do it.
Yeah. Okay.
As
I
long
wanna-
as someone's supervising, he's fine.
Yeah,
Just
I
someone
want
has to be in control.
I want to do it. But so Taylor was with us. We was talking about the airplane We went to Costa Rica. I'm going to Costa Rica again next week, and it was crazy how much. And her straight through everything. Me, man, tell them about it.
It was funny. The best part to me, though, was coming back into the United States. So I'm in front of him, and we landed in Texas because that was where our connection was. And when you come back in, you have to answer like all these questions to make sure like you didn't bring anything back you weren't supposed to, blah, blah, blah. Well, then you have to go through and they check your passports coming back into the United States. And so they look at mine. They didn't even look. They went, okay, and just sent me on my way. Well, he's behind me, and they get his passport, and they scanned it with like a barcode and was looking him up in the computer and wouldn't let him leave.
Writing shit in my passport.
Domestic terrorist.
Yeah. I said, do you need my passport back? Like, we're together. And she's like, no, you're fine, honey. And we had to stand there for like 5 minutes before they let him go. And then we're waiting to come back. We're in the airport and we're boarding the plane.
This was in Costa Rica.
Yeah, we had already been through security and everything. Like they are boarding flights.
We're walking on the plane.
And they pull him to the side and do a search again. Like swabbed his hands for bomb residue. He was just in a hoodie because we do laundry over there because we stay over there for a week. So we take our regular clothes, training gear, swimsuits. So we wash about middle of the week. And the laundry detergent that we had used made him break out. So he was just in a hoodie. He didn't have a shirt on. And the lady was like,
no drawers
take it
or
off.
nothing, just some short shorts and a hoodie. That was it, because I was eat up.
Yeah. And the lady was like, take it off, and was motioning for him to take off his jacket, and he lifts it up and he shows her his belly, and he was like,
You sure?
And she said, yeah. And he took that hoodie off and she went, no. And her face turned so red and she got so embarrassed because he was half naked in an airport.
I didn't have on no drawers. I just had on shorts, and now I don't have a shirt on, and I'm just standing. I'm wearing slides. I'm just standing there. But
living our best life.
we get off the plane, and I'm having to get checked again. Like at the plane, right when you get off the plane, they're checking me again. Like I got scanned. They wiped the inside of my knee. They wiped my hands at every single checkpoint we come to.
It was funny. They made their own checkpoint for him. Like they set up those tables that you can bring to parties and set them up to the side.
I asked the lady, I said, what did I do to you people? Like, I've never been in an airport before in my life. Like, why are y'all being so mean to me?
It was great. And now you're talking about building suppressors and stuff. And
I'm
they're
never
gonna
traveling with you.
no, they're gonna scan your passport on Sunday, and this podcast is gonna pop up. They're gonna be like, you.
I'm sorry if I'm coughing in you guys' ears. My bad.
Your
So-
FBI agent's gonna be like, hey, check this guy real quick.
I'm going to tell you, he's leaving next week. He's talking about this, like, check him.
Yeah.
Give him the full body cavity search.
Ain't happening. I'm going back home. Steven, I'll catch you next year, homie.
So, one thing that Chris did on this podcast, he brought us bear meat to try.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're going to try it on the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
Doing it now?
Yeah.
Do we need forks?
We got forks.
He got everything.
Actually,
Ashley got his prep. Shout out to my wife, Ashley. We
Who's
got
amazing.
forks and napkins. We got salt and pepper.
You got extra onion.
and
We
this
got-
is a gambling box for me.
Warm napkins is actually not. She labeled yours too.
Oh, it's not a gambling box?
She
No,
really
we're
did
not playing
hook
roulette
us up.
unless y'all want to have a lot of fun. So here's yours, Jimmy.
We would
No
have a lot of
onions,
fun,
No
Jimmy.
garlic, no mushrooms.
It says
Aw.
Jimmy. Check that out, guys. Mine says Jimmy on it because I'm highly allergic to onions. But the garlic and mushrooms would have been great.
Yeah.
Well, she asked me about the mushrooms. I was like, I don't really know.
And I didn't get your text about the other stuff until after we'd started.
Other stuff. What else is in there?
So it's
Mushrooms, garlic,
it's like
carrots.
it's like a wine roast.
That's
Just,
cool.
well, just so you know, I ate everything.
Yeah, it's a wine roast. So
Oh.
the meat's floured. browned in a pot, and then you throw the veggies in there.
It smells
Brown them a little bit,
good.
then you throw everything back in there. You dump a bottle of red wine in it and raise it for a long
Yeah.
time. Spoon?
She's got a nice little souffle dish for us.
Oh man,
you.
thanks,
Ramekins, yeah.
We got some kind of birthday spoons. They're glittery.
They're probably from the birthday party.
I tried some already. It needs some salt. I'd recommend putting a little salt on it if I were y'all. There's mashed potatoes in the bottom, so it's better.
I saw that. That's great.
This is awesome.
One thing I learned, like growing up, I always had home cooked meals, is you taste it before you season it.
Well, I'm not a big salt person,
if-
but
What?
Alright.
In some households, like it's seen as disrespect if you just automatically season something without tasting it first.
all right, we ready? We do. Bam Bam's already done it.
No, that's pretty good.
It is good.
This is probably the worst recipe to eat if you want to actually like taste
Like
just
taste
bear,
it.
Yeah.
just bear
Yeah.
meat.
See, and when you said you were gonna bring us bear meat, I really thought like just chunks of meat that you had cooked, or like jerky or something.
Oh, dude,
to
I,
go-
No.
I want some. I want some bear jerky.
She was cooking this
You
at
have to
like 9
cook.
o'clock this morning.
Well, see, she's going out of town this weekend. I'd planned on making this weekend, so me and the boys would have a bunch of leftovers.
Oh.
But we were like, well, I'm doing the podcast. I told them we'd bring bear meat. We'd already planned on making this with bear meat, so we are like, well, let's just go on and cook it. So we made this morning.
Man, I appreciate this. This
Yeah,
is
thank
good.
you. It is good.
It's really good.
So,
It's so interesting.
yeah,
Like it's really good, but you know how every time you eat something new, someone goes, "Oh, it tastes like chicken." This does not. This doesn't have anything for me to compare it to.
I will say, like the wildest thing I've ever eaten, I've had barbecue beaver, and I've also had fried rattlesnake.
Barbecue beaver?
Yes,
I'd eat beaver.
it was really good.
That's strange.
There was kind of a wild taste to it, but it was really good. But let me tell you about the fried rattlesnake. You making that comparison about chicken? No. Fried rattlesnake tastes just like pork chop. Tastes just like fried pork chop. The only different thing of it, just like fried pork chop, but a lot more like tiny bones in it that you gotta pick out as you eat. And they're not like fish bones where, you know, like you could choke on it, it gets stuck in your throat. It's hard to explain until you try it, but like it,
Yeah, I
If
didn't
it
know
has-
snakes had bones.
like,
Huh.
think of it. They're just one long stomach. It's a bunch of ribs.
I didn't know. I just see them as these slippery, slimy creatures. So I was like, they don't have bones.
Some
They
of these
curl up.
pieces in here have a little more chew to them than others. I don't know if we didn't cook it long enough or if some of this was trimmed neck meat too, which has got a lot of connective tissue in it. But we made it last time we made it. I think we used the same stew cuts with neck meat and stuff.
But say so. Like a couple pieces I had, it's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that toughness you're talking about. You think maybe it could be overcooked? Like you know how like steak, if you do it well done, it's
No, this was
tougher.
this was low and slow. So that's like
Okay.
hot and fast. If you cook
Gotcha.
anything hot and fast, like it'll just dry it out, make
Gotcha.
it tough. I think some of these pieces probably just need a little more time, another like 2 hours probably.
So what's the rule with like bears? Like you can eat fish raw, like sushi. You
Right.
can have it raw.
Or saltwater fish. Can't eat freshwater fish.
Yeah.
Bears you have to treat like wild pork. You have to cook them to 160 internal,
Okay.
which is why you ain't having jerky. Because if you make bear jerky, you have to dehydrate it and then bake it to 160 to make it safe to eat.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Because like with cows, you can have rare.
Mhm.
So I didn't
Right.
know if like bear meat, you
Yeah.
you have to get it done.
You don't have to, but I ain't gonna try
Oh.
eating it rare. I ain't gonna take that gamble. Same with wild pigs. You know, you got to cook them all the way.
Yeah.
So pigs can carry brucellosis. A lot of
Right.
pigs have brucellosis. A lot of bears have trichinosis, which is like a parasite that gets down in your muscles, makes little cysts, makes you hurt and ache, and then you have to take a long-term antibiotic and stuff.
Burn it. Cook the bear all the way through.
Yeah.
All the way. This is really good.
nice.
I'm a fan of the bear.
I have eaten more strange food since I've been friends with Chris than I have my whole entire life.
What did you eat at their house that one day? And you were like, "This is so good." Was it
It's backstrap. Deer backstrap.
zucchini?
Oh,
You
zucchini.
cooked him zucchini.
I ate
and
deer
it was-
backstrap my whole
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
That was
It was
he
good.
raved about
Yeah.
zucchini forever.
Trevor's
ate
done
rabbit
already.
food?
He liked it.
He doesn't eat veggies.
He ate zucchini.
I ate
Grilled
his.
zucchini.
His was good.
That's what I said though. I was like, "You're eating
Y'all just need to
zucchini."
grill more veggies. Grill veggies. are
Grilled
awesome.
veggies.
Y'all.
You ever got grilled fruit?
Mm,
Grilled.
pineapple.
Yes, grilled pineapple. I heard grilled watermelon's good. I've never done it myself, but grilled
I can
pineapple.
see
I have.
that.
I've done grilled pineapple because I'll do like Hawaiian burgers
Mhm.
and let the juices get in the hamburger meat, and then grill the pineapple separate too.
Yeah, we eat all kind of odd stuff. I like having a big variety of different kind of meats to eat too. So
Definitely one of my new best friends.
Yeah.
Because I love all food and I'll try anything once.
He ordered this box one time
The
of
fruit,
the weirdest fruit I have ever seen in my life.
it was that Miami fruit, and it's like all this exotic tropical fruit that you can't get like anywhere.
awesome.
But they'll ship it to you. They'll box it up and ship it to you. It's a place in Miami since they're like subtropical almost.
Have you ever had jackfruit?
Yes, I have.
Cool. The first time I bought one of them things, I saw it and I was like, "Dang, what is this?" I didn't even know what it was. I heard of jackfruit before. Well, I knew what it was, but I didn't know what to do. You know, I had no idea what the meat, the flesh of the jackfruit looked like, how to cut it.
Did you
all
do
that kinda
anything
stuff.
with the seeds?
I
that-
have seen. I've bought some since, but anyway, I grabbed this big old giant thing. It was like a 20-pound fruit.
It's
Like,
huge.
cool. So I took it up there and rang it up. It was like $70 for that giant jackfruit, and I was like,
Oh,
shit.
we got a deal. We were at a flea market in Florida, and the woman sold it to us. Like, I got the jackfruit. It went for like $15-20, and it was like one your size.
Mm.
Like, cause she just had it on the table there, and she told us how to prepare it and what we could do with it. I wish we could have more time. It was a family vacation, so we didn't have a lot of time. But I wanted to do something with the seeds, so we ate just
The meat.
the fruit, the meat,
Mhm.
and the seeds. You can like dry them out, bake them. You can do that with a lot of seeds.
Yeah, I've roasted. Yeah, I've done the seeds roasted before. I mean, they're okay. It's not. I don't know. They didn't really. They kind of taste like beans. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, you ever like barely cooked a bean where it's still kind of firm?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that texture and kind of that bean flavor too. To me, from what I remember, it was a year or two ago. But I wasn't that impressed. Like, I'll just throw seeds away now.
Right. I know. Talking about weird food, I was gonna order the century eggs. That's future podcast people. Gonna get 100-year-old
You're doing
eggs.
that by yourself. I'm not
Mhm.
doing
Chris
that.
said he would.
I'll jump on the podcast and eat one.
Well,
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
I know. Like this is the
Them
second.
smelly,
This is
gross
the second
egg.
podcast in a row Chris has been on. I don't know how often he'll be able to do this. So I'm gonna wait until he can join us again. Order these, and we're gonna do it again.
Hell yeah. I like the way that sounds. I'll try it. I don't know if I want to try it at the gym.
If
I had the
smell-
whole gym smelling like ass.
if we can get through the personally, if I can get through the smell, I'll eat it. Like, I'll try it. But if it stinks, like it's gonna be hard biting into it.
Dude, that bear was really good.
It sure was.
The whole dish was really
Listen,
good.
go kill us
Shout
another
out to
bear.
Ashley.
Another
Thanks
bear?
for cooking
We
for
need
us.
another bear.
I want to.
Hey, anytime you want to take any of us hunting, I'm game.
Okay, cool.
I have a
Yeah.
sportsman's license right now. Already have it.
We'll do a lot. I mean,
I have it in my pocket.
we
You
got
think I'm
a
joking?
ton of public land around here, so if you want to go run on WMA, shoot some pigs, I don't know. The past couple times I've been to Okmulgee, I've seen pigs every time I've been out bow hunting for deer.
I still got to get a bow.
I would like to try bow hunting. All I have right now to hunt with, I have a 270.
That's the best rifle to me.
You have a
I've-
22, you can hunt pigs with rimfires.
I have a 22. Yeah.
So you can go out, quote, quote, small game hunting and take pigs with your rimfires while you're out.
Yeah, I have 22.
Yeah, I have a 1022, 270.
So you have to wait until a rifle hunt on the WMAs to take the 270s or the center fires, but you can go out any day right now and either archery hunt for pigs and deer, or you can hunt with the 22 for pigs and squirrels and small game,
That's pretty cool.
Gotcha. You got any recipes, or do you ever do anything with rabbits?
I do.
I have a lot of rabbits on the property.
I love rabbits.
I thought about
The rabbit store, excuse me.
you got a rabbit story?
Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna. I have rabbits. Like when it gets close to winter, they're all in my yard.
Yeah.
and
Shoot them.
I was gonna shoot them,
Mhm.
but they're bad. Like when I pull in my yard, they scatter.
Mhm.
So instead of like sitting there waiting on them, I actually got a YouTube video pulled up on my phone, saving it. I'm gonna see how to set rabbit snares, and I'm
Oh.
gonna try to catch them that way.
Jason is the man with that. Like he sets up. He has his homemade crawfish traps and rabbit snares, and he catches them. And he's like taught his boys how to do that.
Gotcha. Well, you laughed on our rabbit story. That'd be a good way to end the podcast tonight. You got a funny story for us?
Yeah, I got a funny story. So I was little, like 7 or 8 years old. I had a 410, and my dad was taking me deer hunting. I went through all the stuff, like sat there, all the rules, got my hunter's license, the safety course, all that stuff. It was my first day hunting, and it was just before Christmas. So it was cold. And it was that Georgia cold. It ain't like 0 degrees, but it's the humidity levels
Yeah. I
non-existent.
don't remember the last time I had a cold Christmas. I've been wearing shorts the past 3 years.
Yeah. When I tell you, like, people in Michigan and stuff talk about the cold and like, oh, we're this and this and this. It's different. Cause I've spent winters in Michigan and Pennsylvania.
Dry cold.
So dry cold, you're not really cold. I enjoy it. I walk around up there in t-shirts and blue jeans. Here, bro, it gets wet cold and it is
Cold.
horrible. It's cold. So I was sitting there and my dad put me in a stand and then walked away. He had on this suit. It was like camouflage, but it had orange all in it. And he was like, I'm going to come back. You're looking for me. Just a little while. And he says, I'm just going to leave you here for a little while. If you see one, you know how to shoot. Kill him. He said, if I hear you shoot, I'm going to be coming for you. I said, okay. So if I shoot, he's coming. I was sitting there. Squirrels are jumping all around me, throwing nuts at me and shit. I'm just sitting there, and I'm freezing, and I'm cold. I didn't have enough clothes on, man, and I was freezing. My hands were so numb. I like holding that rifle. I couldn't even feel my fingertips, my toes. I thought I was getting frostbite. Like I was dying, and this poor little rabbit come hopping out. And I said, he said, if I shoot, he's coming for me.
I'm getting out of this cold.
I'm getting out of this cold. I shot a rabbit with a 410. It looked like somebody shot a stuffed animal. It just said, poof. And he come, and as he was coming, a deer come out. I shot again. He said, you get him? I said, yeah, he's over there somewhere. So we get to looking. We go over here and we find my little button head spot deer that I killed. I killed him right. My daddy scared him up to me.
Yeah, bumped into you.
Yeah. And I shot him and he was like, did you get him? I was like, he said, yeah, I heard you shoot twice. What was you doing? And I was like,
Trying to come up with a story.
yeah,
real
I was
fast.
trying to make something up to tell him. And then we're standing there, and he's like, what did you shoot? And I was a rabbit. he was like, all right then. I didn't know we were rabbit hunting. And for like 6 years, my Uncle Ronnie and his brother Wade and all them called me old rabbit hunter. I was rabbit hunter forever because I shot that damn rabbit. I got a deer. I was like, man, I killed a deer. Why can't I be deer hunter? And they ragged me about that. We'd sit around that damn fire. But what you doing, rabbit hunter? Fucking rabbit hunter. Shit. I was cold, man. That's what I told him. I was like, shit, I was cold.
I can just picture that. Rabbit hair and mixed.
I could just see his face. His face would be.
Dude,
Like,
I was scared.
yeah. The rabbit scared me. Like forehead scrunched up.
I was just looking
I don't
at
have a
him.
story for you.
He said, "What? What did you shoot?" Uh,
This is the thing, like,
I was just looking at him.
You get in trouble.
Yeah. I was just ready to go. I didn't realize that 410 was gonna blow that rabbit up like that.
Look, we've been talking about deadly creatures this whole time. I got the deadliest puppy down here.
Oh, skunk.
She is out.
Well, we ate beer. We ate beer. We ate bear meat. We talked about our hunting stories. We got Chris on here to finish that up. He was supposed to talk about that last time, but we got into his tattooing. If you want one of the most real badass tattoos on the planet, you can find him, Warner Robbins at
Heritage Tattoo
Heritage Tattoo. Here, you can look him up on Instagram. It's Libstar Tattoo.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Libstar Tattoo on Instagram. Guys, check that man out. He's the one that done my turtle, the gentleman wager turtle on my leg. He done that thing in like an hour and 15 minutes. Like, drew it up, put it on me. I laid there. It's over with. It's awesome. Completely done, shaded, everything. It was awesome. So check him out. Just give him a like, follow. Just because if you want a tattoo, you got to get in line because he's booked up forever. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Find us on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, all that good stuff. Thank you guys. Peace.